What's up, everybody? Afro Joe here, 10 like TI is again. Now, the five people that you see in front of you is five guys that's been accused of a crime they didn't commit. First, hold on, before we go any further, I know y'all goes first thing. Y'all gonna say, oh, Afro Joe, you're gonna get on your soapbox and start doing that whole racist shit again. No, I'm not, because it's not a racist shit. In New York, yes, it is, because it's appeared up in New York. But there's another story I want to add to this video that y'all probably think, oh my God, he's telling another story about a same situation, but different. Instead of the second story, instead of five guys, be three. But it's like this: these five guys was accused of rape in New York City at Central Park. The police has been teenagers getting reports of teenagers going through New York City assaulting people. Uh, it says on April 19, 1989, a slim-built 28-year-old banker was assaulted with while jogging in New York City Central Park. She was raped and beaten almost to death. When found about 4 hours later, she was suffering from several hemorrhaging and blood loss from multiple. Like they beat it, like they said that these five beat her ass, but which is bullshit. And her head and her skull was fractured. Badly that it left her left eye. Her left eye was removed from the socket, and she almost died. And she had a permanent hernia due to the injury. Remarkably, she largely recovered. She recovered. Nigga was disabled. Was She was disabled, lost her vision, had no memory of the attack of any event up to the what happened. It says the crime was one of 3,254 rapes report of New York City that year in that park, and it's fucked up. It says according to the police investigation that there was a gang of teens who was assaulting strangers as part of an activity that became known as wowing. Wowing. New York City detectives said that the word was used by the suspects themselves describing the action to the police. According to the this bullet by the journalist, see what happened was, like I said, there was teenagers going around wild, whatever this word wilding. This is the 80s now, 1989, where teenagers was going through Central Park beating the shit out of people. Now these five kids got accused of something they didn't do. They didn't do. Uh, Something that they didn't do. I'm gonna put the story in the description box. I'm gonna put two stories in the description box. And they spent half all their teen lives in prison for a crime they didn't commit. They spent when they was arrested. They sat in the interrogation room for 15 hours until they finally broke down and told the police what the hell they wanted to hear. These were five teenagers. Five teenagers. Four blacks and a Hispanics sitting up there telling the police what happened. Don't even know what, like for real though, like they didn't know what was going on when the police officer when the detectives brought this shit to their attention. Oh, you was arrested. You've been arrested for rape and almost an attempted murder. They didn't know what happened, and they got sentenced to years in prison for a crime they didn't commit. And it was kind of fucked up how each one of them got sentenced to a crime that they didn't commit. The oldest one was 16. How these kids' families turned on them because they believe they did it. They believe they did it, and they wish they didn't. Now in 2000, now this is sad. Now, I feel bad for these kids because they got robbed of their child, of their teen years, their youth, for a crime they didn't commit. Because the police in New York City didn't want to do their fucking job. They wanted to blame the closest person to them. Oh, we're gonna blame this person, or blame that person, blame this person. They spend like up to 13 years to between 13 to 15 years in prison. 13 to 15 years in prison for a crime they didn't commit. And in 2002, a man was confessed to the crime of the actual crime. Now the woman that got hurt was named Trisha. The woman that got the victim was named Trisha. The woman that got hurt, but the person that really did it was Martinez Reynes. He confessed to the crime to one of the five kids that was falsely accused of a crime they didn't commit. He confessed to a crime. He confessed to the crime. He knew what went down because he described because the Mar, Martina Renas whatever, he told the police what happened from detail to detail, and plus the DNA matches his DNA. It did not match none of the five kids that was accused. After this happened in 2002, and all five of them guys got released, and their records expunged because they finally caught the real rapist. Now the five are suing New York City. We're suing New York City because of wrongful identity and falsely not. I don't know. Hold on, not like wrongful identity, but they suing. They're suing New York City. But they made a movie. It's called The Central Park Five. And I felt kind of bad for these people. Like they was convicted of a crime that they didn't commit, and they finally caught the guy. This happened in 1980, 1980s. This happened, well, let's see, 19 like 23 years ago. This happened like what 23 years ago, and they caught this guy in 2002, and he confessed to the crime, and the DNA matches his. Well, they're suing the city for racially discrimination and emotional distress. It happened in late 2009. The suit is yet to be settled. All five of them sued him, but like I said, it is wrong for what happened to them. It's very fucked up. See, is what's wrong with the police today. They jump to conclusions. They're ready to blame whoever for whatever, without even taking a look at the evidence. They'll just, oh, he did it, without even finding evidence on the person. Or they'll make up some kind of piece of evidence to throw the person in jail. Now, I said there's going to be a second story that is similar to this, but different. The Memphis Three. Now you see, there's three guys. And you see their before and after picture. Before when they was in when they was kids, and after when they're grown. Actually, yeah. Now these kids, the Memphis Five, not the Memphis Five, but the Memphis Three, was arrested of a crime that they didn't commit, of killing three kids that they did not do. Nowhere near it. It happened in Memphis, Tennessee, 3 hours away from my hometown. This happened in the 90s. This happened in the 90s. Now, this is funny. Now this is fucked up. I told you that the Central Park Five got their records expunged, and they found the real guy that did the rape and the beating. But the Memphis Three, they still have a record, even though they was found not guilty because the DNA didn't match. The crime did not fit them because DNA didn't match, and DNA didn't match. Evidence didn't point to them, and they still got a record. They even got Johnny Depp, the Dixie Chicks, to back their asses up, and they still got a record for for a murder, not one murder, three murders of three little boys. Now you see in the before pictures, like the before pictures, the long black kid, the guy in the middle with the long dark hair. They looked at him because he was goth. They thought satanic. When they found the bodies of the kids, they thought satanic ritual. So they looked at him as the guy that did it. They looked at him as the guy that had something to do with it, which it was a fucking lie because he was dressed in black, and I thought it was just retarded because I thought it was retarded because they got arrested for a crime they didn't commit. They story. Their story's been on 48 hours. They showed it twice, like several times. If you probably watch it go on ID and they show it, watch it. They break it down. Actually, it was called the West Memphis Three, but it was called the Memphis Three. Three men who was trying to was convicted as teenagers in 1994 of the 93 murder of three boys in West Memphis, Arkansas. Well, like not Memphis, Tennessee, but Memphis, Arkansas. Damn. One of them was sentenced to death. One of them was sentenced life in prison plus 20 years sentence, and the last one was sentenced life in prison for a crime they didn't commit. These three guys. This happened in not Memphis, Tennessee, but Memphis, Arkansas. That's what it says. I think it's Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know if there's a Memphis, Arkansas, but it was three 8-year-old little boys. Reports said on May 5th, 1993, the first report to the police was made by one of the kids' adoptive father around 7 p.m. The boy was alleged last seen together by three neighbors who, in sworn, told that they was playing together around 6:30 p.m. in the evening. Disappeared and saw Terry Hobbit, stepfather of the kid, Branch, Stephen Branch, called them to come home. But the funny thing is, when they was investigating this, one of the three little kids, like I said, this kid's stepfather called him home, but the police did not put that in the report. They didn't put that in the report. They didn't even ask the fucking neighbors, man. They didn't even ask the neighbors, man, what went down. One of the kid, the stepfather, they called that kid home. What was it? Stephen Branch. His stepfather called him home and had. Now Stephen Branch always carried his pocket knife. Stephen Branch had a pocket knife. But how did his stepfather, Terry Hobbs, have Stevie's Branch pocket knife? And like I said, the neighbor that lived up the street that saw Stevie Branch with the two other boys, Michael Moore and Christopher Breyer. The neighbors saw Terry Hump called them three little boys to come home. Next day you know it, their bodies is across town in a lake. Two bikes were sitting out there. I've seen I've seen the photos, man. It's not even pretty. I've seen the photos, man. You can look, and I thought in my life, I thought, man, that I will never see something like this. I'm gonna actually show you the pictures of the two little boys that actually was killed, and it's actually bad that these three, the before, like you see, it's a before and after pictures. These three got accused of murder, same as them other five dudes that got accused of rape. Evidence didn't point to them. Evidence didn't say it was them. Evidence said nothing about these people, but they got accused and arrested for it. So they was sentenced. They was spent all half their lives in a penitentiary for a crime they didn't commit. Come on now, it happens every day. Now these are the three little boys that got killed. Stevie Branch is the one on the right. He's the one, the stepfather, that called all three of them little boys, and all three of their bodies ended up in the lake. Blood everywhere in the lake. And it's bad to see pictures like it, and they still, and like I said, it's sad to see that they still got a record, and the parents that sat there, the parents that was there, that was blaming them, that was blaming them, changed their mind in 2000, and when, like in 2000. Changed their mind, and when it came like in mid 2000, the parents finally realized it wasn't them, because Stephen Stephen Branch Stephen Branch's mother. Okay, I'm put a better picture of these guys, but these are the guys, right, better picture. But Stephen Branch's mother noted, when she noticed that her boyfriend, new husband, had her son's pocket knife, she knew that the them three boys didn't do nothing. So some of the parents in the neighborhood, the parents of the three boys, realized that they really didn't do it. They was nowhere near the scene. They was not even there. Now you see the bald headed guy in the middle. You see his before and after picture, the bald headed guy in the middle. When they was prosecuting him, they interviewed him first, and he's slightly slow. They said that it was a satanic ritual. Now the guy on the left with the long black hair, his before picture, he was into it because he was gothic. The guy on the end, the blind guy on the end, on the right, he wasn't. But the guy in the middle lied. They said, yeah, when they slammed the book down on the table and it said Satan on it, he asked, what's Satan? The question was, what's Satan? He didn't know how to read that good. He was questioning what's Satan. Now everybody knows S.A. Satan. Like he didn't know what Satan, how to read the word Satan. He saw it as satin. Now these people been thrown in jail for for a crime, like I said, for a crime they didn't commit. You got the Memphis Three, you got the Central Park Five. Now come on, y'all. Y'all gotta tell me something ain't going on. People getting accused of something they didn't do. Come on, something's really up. This is not about nationality. This is about justice. Someone, how the justice system is fucked up. And I'm gonna do another video after this. But these two stories are fucked up. Like I said, they're similar, but they're different. Similar, but they're different. Five boys got convicted of beating and raping a woman that they didn't do. Three guys got convicted of murdering three little boys that they did not murder. And you can't sit there and tell me that something ain't going on. This happened in the late 90s. I mean, late 80s, early 90s. This has been going on for years and it still goes on today. Every day is the same thing. And I question this so much because is this what's really going on? The prisons are filling up with innocent people while the guilty is walking out, raping, doing whatever. Like I told you, I did a video and I actually brought this up in several videos I did. A guy murders a woman. Happens in my hometown, Nashville. A guy murders a woman and he confessed that he did it. Evidence point that he did it. Confessed on tape to the detective that he killed this woman. But the judge threw it out because they didn't read him his Miranda rights. See what I'm saying? If they can let a murderer walk the streets and murder whoever again, but they can see this is what pisses me off so much. Innocent people getting locked up every day while the real criminals are walking the street. And ain't nobody sitting up here questioning this shit. Y'all too big. People are too damn busy bitching about Obama. See what I'm saying? That's how it is. Shit like this happens, and there's fuckers bitching about Obama being president. Why? Why is that? Y'all care more about what the president, about what color your president and his name and what his father religion is, but y'all can't sit up there and care more important, like why is innocent people getting locked up? Y'all care more about the color of your president's skin than innocent people getting locked up. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Chinese, Asian, gay, straight, whatever. There's innocent people getting locked up for crimes they didn't commit, but y'all are sitting on your ass caring more about the color of your fucking president's skin and religion. It shouldn't matter who's running the country. It should matter about people getting convicted of crimes they didn't commit. I sat there and saw several stories, man, where people getting arrested for something they didn't do. Obama, he's a murderer. Okay, so your son or daughter are getting arrested for a crime they didn't commit. You don't give a fuck about that, but you care about the color of your fucking president's skin. Why is it? I'm giving you two stories that happened. And there's like different races. No, three races right there: black, Hispanic, and white. And y'all gonna do is say, you racist. I gave you two stories with people that got convicted of something they didn't do, and it pisses me off that that's all it is to people. They care more about what the fuck Like, I understand you should care about what the fuck your government's doing, but when it comes down to shit like this, I think people need to pay more attention to what's really going on than paying attention to and trying to impeach Obama or getting mad because he's got a Muslim's name and his father is Muslim. This is every damn day, man. Your kid can go to jail for something he didn't do, but your bitch ass don't give a fuck about that, but you care about your president. You care more about your president's color or religion than you do your own fucking kids. It's just saying how, like I did one video, several videos about crime doesn't pay. It really doesn't. But it just makes no sense on how short-minded people is about life, about what's really going on. Like when your relative has been taken away from you for a crime that they didn't commit, you want to go around asking people for help, and you should ask people for help. Go and one thing about it is, one thing about it is, these five guys, these five men, was dragged through the mud so fucking badly that the media lied on them. Don't you know that these people still get looked down upon? Still get looked down on because what the media said, what the police did, even though their sponge has been wiped clean. Like their record's been a sponge. Same with these guys. These guys can't even get a job, even though evidence showed they are innocent. They still got a record and they can't get a job. See what I'm saying? This is today. This what's going on in our country. This is what's going on in today in our country. But oh, I forgot. People's lives are not important, but the color of your president and the religion that he practiced is more fucking important than somebody else's life. When that preacher, when that preacher's wife killed, when that preacher's wife killed her husband, y'all went fucking ballistic like I ain't nothing. Same with Casey Anthony. When they found her innocent, y'all went fucking ballistic. But when we got a colored president, y'all want to act a fucking fool. But that's how it is. Two cases where 8 people was convicted of a crime they didn't do. 8 people was convicted of a crime they didn't do. Is it really like that? I don't even like. It pisses me out because this happens every day, every day, every day, every motherfucking day, and ain't a damn person doing nothing about it except sitting up there worrying about what color Obama is and what his fucking religion. That's it. That's all y'all care about. Y'all don't care about nobody else's life, but y'all care more about trying to impeach a fucking president than somebody getting arrested for a crime they didn't commit. Okay, fuck y'all motherfuckers. Be like it. Be some dumbass, closed-minded asshole pieces of shit. Because that's all it is. That's all it is in today's societies. People care more about somebody's fucking religion. Oh, Obama's a Muslim. So is white folks. They're half the white community is Muslim. Same with the black community. You do not see Louis Farrakhan going around trying to threaten people to blow up their fucking houses. But it's like this. I think that the justice system's more fucked up. There are crooked cops. There are cops that don't want to do their jobs. And every day, innocent people get locked up for a crime they didn't commit. The the prisons are overcrowded because these the detectives and the police don't want to do their job and get out their fat donut eating ass and put the time and effort in to find out who really did it. And that's all it is, man. I'm 10 like it is, T.I. is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Afro Joe 10 like a T.I. is again. Because you know how I am. It's some shit. I'm going to do another video soon, but that's how it is. like I said, man, do the right thing, man. Do the right thing. Peace. Look, follow me on Twitter at AfroJoeTheWookie. Follow me on Tumblr. I'm gonna put my Tumblr shit in the description box. Subscribe to my channel, CeeLo Jr. 2, CeeLo Jr. 3. Tell me what you think about about these two stories. Do you think the cops are do you think the cops are doing the right thing about arresting innocent people? No, tell me what you think about both of these stories. Did these 8 people find justice? Did these 8 people find justice? Did you think that the law really works for people? Because to me, it doesn't. When you can't do a damn thing, you can be an innocent. You can walk down the street and be arrested for walking down the street. This bullshit. Like I said, man, I'm gonna love to get a comment or video response. Please share this video with everybody. Peace, love, and Africa. Don't download my shit. Just take the link and pass it on to everybody else. Peace, love, and Afro Grease. Peace out.